Kia ora, in the headlines, the 3 New Zealand soldiers killed in Afghanistan last weekend have been welcomed home. Representatives from all 3 families attended a ramp ceremony at Burnham Air Base for Corporal Luke Tamatea, Lance Corporal Jacinda Baker and Private Richard Harris. A formal memorial is expected in Christchurch this Saturday. 2 reports have slammed ACC's privacy systems and leadership. The Privacy Commissioner and Auditor General have both reviewed how human error allowed the details of thousands of claimants to be sent to Bronwyn Puller. ACC Minister Judith Collins acknowledges an overhaul of the Injury Prevention Agency is necessary.
Staff have been let down by a culture which has not been able to identify the risk involved in not having the right systems in place.
ACC's interim chair, Paula Rebstock, says they will implement the recommendations, including a new board, revamped systems and better communication protocols between board members and clients. New Zealand First is dismayed at last-minute changes to aspects of planned new liquor laws. MP Barbara Stewart isn't happy the government intends to let the liquor industry self-regulate the sale of RTD and alcopop products.
They are dependent on selling alcohol to make money, and it's difficult when you've got this conflict of interest.
The Serious Fraud Office has launched an urgent inquiry into a prominent Māori land claims trust in Wellington. The Wellington 10th Trust, previously chaired by Sir Ngātata Love, owns a number of commercial and residential properties around the capital and is thought to be worth around $55 million. The trust is being investigated following concerns about unlawful transactions. The Education Review Office is appalled that a Northland school didn't disclose complaints about a teacher's inappropriate behaviour. James Parker has admitted sexually abusing dozens of boys while Deputy Principal of Pamapuria School in Kaitaia. The Ero says that by not acting on a 2009 police warning about complaints regarding Mr Parker, the Board of Trustees jeopardised student safety and achievement. Criminal lawyers have suggested there may have been a lack of hard evidence, but the Ero's Graham Stoop pointed out that a school has clear obligations.
The onus is with boards of trustees and school management to provide a safe environment for students, and where there are concerns about that, to address it and let relevant authorities know.
The Greens are urging the government to tally the full cost of the asset sale process. 3 state-owned energy companies have spent $1.3 million in preparation for their partial floats. Genesis, Meridian and Solid Energy revealed the costs under an Official Information Act request, though Mighty River Power refused. Qantas says it's cancelling orders for a fleet of Boeing aircraft, saving $8 billion. That's part of the airline's cost-cutting measures as it posts a net loss of $245 million for the 12 months to June 30th. That compares with a net profit of $250 million the previous year. To international news, Ethiopia has delayed plans to swear in a new Prime Minister following Monday's death of Meles Zenawi. The United States says the death of Mr Zenawi is a loss for the peace process in Sudan and South Sudan, but could see human rights within Ethiopia improve. And in Syria, government forces have intensified attacks in Damascus and northern areas controlled by the Free Syrian Army. Rebel leaders say ground troops have withdrawn from some towns to defend the major cities and conduct airstrikes instead, leaving ghost villages. They report air attacks have increased since Western leaders decided against a no-fly zone. Ka nui ngā karere matua mai te whare korero o rima, Mauri ora.